Welcome, seniors. Huge congratulations on officially surviving your Intro to 3D Animation course. You've tackled the basics, you know your way around the interface, and you've probably deleted and respawned like 1,000 default cubes by now. But let's be real for a second. This is really just the beginning. I'm so excited to guide you through this explainer today, because we're going to build the ultimate roadmap for your 3D animation journey. Let's dive right in and look at exactly where you go from here.
So, you completed your introductory course, which means you officially have the tools in your hands. But the real question is, what epic worlds are you going to create next? Are you dreaming of designing indie video games, creating cinematic animations, sculpting awesome anime characters? The transition from doing classroom assignments to being an independent artist is where the real magic happens. And frankly, it's where you start building that flashy portfolio that's going to seriously impress colleges or future clients. To get you there, we've put together this mastery map. Think of this as a literal skill tree. We're going to cover leveling up your 3D skills, mastering the Blender fundamentals, building indie game assets, crafting stunning stylized worlds, creating characters in anime, and finally, mapping out your ultimate learning path.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, level up your 3D skills, unlocking your next artist level.
You've got that solid foundation from class, right? Well, now it's time to branch out. The absolute best part of the 3D community is just the sheer volume of amazing resources out there. We're talking high-quality YouTube channels, curated specifically for beginners to help you transition from classroom basics straight into independent mastery.
Moving right along to Section 2, Master the Blender Fundamentals, which we're calling the Generalist branch. When you're trying to lock down those fundamentals, you generally have two entirely different learning vibes to pick from. You've got your unstructured, project-based workflows, like the famous Blender donut.
And I want one inside the donut. All right, and now let's do that now. All right, and now we...
And then you have structured classroom-style lessons from places like CG Cookie.
Blender is a 3D animation software, and its mission is to get the best computer graphics tools into the hands of artists all over the world completely for free.
So let's talk about Blender Guru first. This channel is pretty much universally agreed upon as the absolute best overall place to jumpstart your independent learning. If you want a channel that's famous for teaching really strong workflows while keeping things super accessible, this is literally your starting line.
It's perfect for absolute beginners who want to master the holy trinity of 3D: modeling, texturing, and rendering. Where should you start? Tackle his beginner Blender tutorial, specifically the 2026 edition, or just dive right into part 1 of his world-famous donut tutorial. Honestly, making that donut is practically a rite of passage for 3D artists. You just got to do it.
Now, if you prefer a vibe that's a bit closer to what you just finished in school, CG Cookie is absolutely your next stop. They take a slightly different approach and focus heavily on structured, organized learning.
They are incredible for cementing those Blender fundamentals. If you ever find yourself lost in the interface or totally baffled by modifiers, their organized, classroom-style lessons are exactly what you need. Start with their Blender Basics series to absolutely lock down your core navigation and modifier skills before you get into the wilder projects.
Ready to build assets for your own games? Let's unlock our next path. Section 3, Build Indie Game Assets, the Game Dev branch.
Meet Grant Abbott.
Blender is an incredibly powerful tool. You can make entire films, build stunning 3D landscapes, model game assets, and the best part is it's 100% free to use.
Also known as Gabbett, Grant is an unbelievable resource if you want a highly beginner-friendly approach to game design. His teaching style is incredibly patient and clear, which is honestly exactly what you need when you're trying to figure out how to make assets actually work in a game engine.
He's completely renowned for low-poly art and creating awesome game assets through easy beginner projects. And low-poly is such a fantastic style for you seniors right now because it forces you to focus heavily on form and silhouette instead of getting totally bogged down in hyper-realistic details. Try starting with his low-poly well tutorial to quickly pump out some classic game assets for your portfolio.
If you want a slightly different flavor in the game dev world, you have to check out CG Fast Track.
The biggest mistake that most Blender beginners make is not learning the 3 most important objects first.
They offer these highly polished, visually stunning project-based tutorials. Their visual output is just insane, giving you a real taste of what professional game-style modeling workflows actually look like. This channel is absolutely perfect for creating stylized scenes and mastering specific game-style workflows. A highly recommended starting point here is their Sword tutorial series. It's this super empowering project that's going to have you conquering game asset creation right out of the gate.
Moving on to the skill tree's perfect branch for aspiring environmental artists. Section 4. Craft stunning stylized worlds, the cinematographer branch. Within this branch, you've really got two distinct aesthetic masters you can learn from: Ryan King Art and Polygon Runway. Both of these channels offer absolutely incredible pathways to creating visually appealing renders, but they each have their own totally unique flavor that you can adopt. So you can choose Ryan King Arts to really master lighting and materials. His lighting tutorials are the perfect place to start if you want your renders to look super professional and cinematic. On the flip side, you have Polygon Runway, which is famous for its relaxing low-poly art and environments. For them, definitely start with their low-poly environment tutorials to build these beautiful, stylized, isometric rooms. Both are just fantastic for stylized scenes. But what if environments aren't enough? That brings us to Section 5, Create Characters and Anime, the Character Animator branch. For this one, Southern Shoddy is the exact channel you need to unlock.
Have you ever watched a tutorial to create a character like this and it just moved
way too fast?
Well, in this tutorial, we're going to try and move slow.
His tutorials are incredibly fun, super modern, and just really engaging. If you want your portfolio to have that trendy, vibrant look that just pops off the screen, this is the mentor you want guiding you. Southern Shoddy is exceptionally good for character design and those awesome anime-inspired workflows. Bringing a character to life is a super complex task, but his stylized character tutorials are the absolute best starting point to create amazing art without, completely pulling your hair out over technical hurdles.
All right, we've explored the branches. Now let's pull all these amazing resources together into one plan. Section 6, your ultimate learning path, the 5-step action plan. Here is the 5-step quest you need to embark on. Step 1, start with the Blender Guru Donut tutorial to just get a big win under your belt. Step 2, try Grant Abbott's simple low-poly projects to build up your confidence and speed. Step 3, reinforce your core knowledge with CG Cookie's Blender fundamentals. Step 4, expand your aesthetic by building stylized projects with Ryan King or Polygon Runway. And finally, Step 5, use all that experience to pick your ultimate specialization, whether that's animation, VFX, sculpting, or game assets.
Seniors, you've got the map, you've got the tools from your intro class, and you know exactly where to find the absolute best internet mentors waiting for you. The entire 3D world is totally open to you. So the only question left is, which path of your skill tree will you unlock today? Get out there, start creating, and go render a portfolio that absolutely blows everyone away.